Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder. Today, Calisa Acquisition Corp. CALIS just filed an 8K, and I am seeing one critical announcement that could hint at their future. Quick note, this is not financial advice, just my take on public filings for educational purposes. The company announced a business combination with GoodVision AI, and this filing gives us a peek at what comes next. Let's dive into what this report is all about. Calisa Acquisition Corp, a company that is essentially a blank check company looking to acquire another business, has announced a significant step. They are moving forward with a business combination agreement with a company called GoodVision AI Incorporated. This means Calisa Acquisition Corp plans to merge with GoodVision AI, effectively making GoodVision AI a public company. This filing highlights the different types of securities Calisa Acquisition Corp has. We're talking about units which are made up of ordinary shares and rights. Think of it like a package deal. You get a share of the company and a right to potentially buy more stock later under certain conditions. They also have ordinary shares, which are the basic ownership stakes and rights, which are separate and give holders specific options, like the ability to get a fraction of an ordinary share after a business combination. The company is based in the Cayman Islands. Essentially, it is a shell company created to facilitate mergers and acquisitions, often referred to as a SPAC or special purpose acquisition company. These entities raise money through an initial public offering with the sole purpose of acquiring an existing business. The main event here is the press release. Calisa Acquisition Corp is announcing that GoodVision AI, their planned merger target, has put out a press release. This press release talks about GoodVision AI establishing its first next-generation AI factory in Japan. This is a significant move for GoodVision AI, indicating expansion and a focus on developing advanced artificial intelligence capabilities. Now, very importantly, the filing states that the information in this section is furnished and not technically filed. This means it is for informational purposes and doesn't carry the same legal weight as a standard filing. This is common when companies are sharing news that is already public, like a press release, to ensure everyone has access to the same information. This is a pretty standard but crucial part of these filings. Companies have to warn investors that they might be making statements about the future, like expectations or predictions. These are called forward-looking statements. They are based on current beliefs and assumptions, but a lot can change. Things like market conditions, unforeseen events, or the actual success of a merger can cause the future to look very different from what the company hopes for or expects. They are basically saying that while they've tried to be accurate, they can't guarantee everything in the report will turn out exactly as planned. This is a legal safeguard, especially important when discussing mergers and future business prospects. They are covering themselves in case any of those future predictions don't pan out. This is where it gets really important for investors. They are explicitly telling you not to bet your house on these forward-looking statements. The key takeaway is that actual results could be very different from what they project. This is common for SPACs, as the future success heavily depends on the acquired company's performance post-merger. Here they list some real risks. The merger itself might not happen, or it might be delayed, which can hurt the stock price. Think about it. A company's stock often moves based on the anticipation of a merger. If that falls apart, the stock can take a big hit. We've seen this pattern with other SPACs where a deal falling through leads to significant value destruction for shareholders. This means the deal could be called off for various reasons. Business combinations are complex, and there are many conditions that need to be met. If those conditions aren't met, the agreement that paves the way for the merger might just be terminated. They remind investors that this filing is not the only place to get information. There is a more detailed document called a proxy statement or prospectus that will be filed with the Securities and Exchange Commission, or SEC. This document will contain a lot more information about the merger and the companies involved. They are urging people to read those when they become available because they will have the critical details for making informed decisions. This specific sentence confirms that the registration statement, which has the proxy statement and prospectus, has been filed. These documents are essential for shareholders who will be voting on the merger. It's where all the fine print and detailed disclosures typically reside. This section explains who might be involved in trying to get shareholders to vote in favor of the merger. It includes directors, executives, and employees of both Calisa Acquisition Corp and GoodVision AI. They are essentially letting people know that certain individuals might be trying to influence shareholder votes, and information about them is available in the filings. They are being transparent about who is considered a participant in soliciting votes. This is a regulatory requirement to ensure transparency in the proxy voting process. It clarifies that individuals associated with the companies may be encouraging shareholders to vote for the merger. This part is a legal disclaimer. They are stating that this report itself is not asking for votes or trying to sell securities. It is a notification about the merger process and related news. They are making it clear that any official offer to buy or sell stock will happen through proper channels and comply with all securities laws. This is where they list the official documents attached to this filing. The main one is Exhibit 99.1, which is the press release itself. They also have a cover page interactive data file, which is standard for electronic filings. This refers to Exhibit 99.1, the press release from GoodVision AI that talks about their new AI factory in Japan. This is the core piece of news that Calisa Acquisition Corp is highlighting in this filing. This section is the formal sign-off for the report. It confirms that the company, Calisa Acquisition Corp, has officially submitted this document. And here is the signature of Hongfei Zhang, who is identified as the Chief Executive Officer of Calisa Acquisition Corp. This signifies the CEO's authorization and approval of the report. So, what is the big picture here? Calisa Acquisition Corp is moving forward with its plan to merge with GoodVision AI. The most concrete piece of news is GoodVision AI's expansion into Japan to establish an AI factory. This suggests GoodVision AI is actively growing and investing in its future, which is a positive sign for the potential combined entity. However, as the filing clearly warns, there are a lot of what-ifs with these SPAC deals. The success of this merger and by extension the value for Calisa Acquisition Corp. Shareholders will hinge on GoodVision AI's ability to execute its business plan, especially its ambitious expansion into new markets like Japan. Given the volatility often seen in post-SPAC mergers, especially for companies in the tech sector, this expansion into a key market like Japan is a critical de-risking or potentially de-risking development. Investors need to watch how this AI factory impacts GoodVision AI's revenue and growth trajectory, not just in the near term, but in the long run. Oh, and the research tools I actually use are linked in the description. They help keep this channel going. That is my take. Stay decoded. If this analysis was valuable, hitting that like button really helps, and subscribe for more deep dives. Check out the Discord in the description.